Hey everyone, it's BlueLizardJello and welcome back to the Surge walkthrough. Last time we got to the Reserve Biolabs, we started making our way through, killed some robo-dogs, and we made it back safely to operations. But now we need to go even further because we still need to collect that BOTECS Power Cell and, more importantly, locate Dr. Melissa Chavez and start to get a few answers as to what in the world is going on here with the Resolve project. That is at least the plan here. You know what? I might actually run back to the med station. Although I haven't used any of these. No, let's keep going. Let's just keep pushing forward. I think we'll be alright. Let's go back to... Yeah, let's stick to the Bloodhound for now. Dropping in, this is a one-way trip, so if we're not careful, we could end up in a lot of trouble because we're going to have to make the run back. We can no longer get back up to the med station.
Autopsy of number D70739, Clive Henderson. Male, 28. Back, neck, and skull have been opened. Cerebrum, cervical, and thoracic region of the spinal cord are exposed. All neural implants have been removed. This is the 7th victim discovered with a similar pathology, but the perpetrator's MO is evolving. The first victim's neural implants were removed with some precision, but in the more recent cases, now tissue damage around the spinal column and brain indicate that the perpetrator may have tried to remove the implant with his bare hands.
So an autopsy about someone who is actually removing implants with his bare hands. Kind of gruesome. Taking a look over the railing, we can see an item just down there. And from here, just jumping over that railing, landing on this side. You can land on that pillar, but I find it much easier and safer just to land here. And we can drop down, and we get an industrial electromagnet. Your drone charges up a powerful magnet, pulling small and humanoid enemies towards it. A brand new drone module. This one is really intriguing, although I don't know that it has the same amount of usage as the other ones do it. They have to be small, and they have to be humanoid. But we can give it a try, just for fun. It does take a little bit more energy, but hey, why not? Now from here, we just carefully just drop right back down. And if you don't exactly recognize where we are basically just at the beginning. So that was kind of a shortcut back, but now to get back, all we need to do is go back to the Exo lift over here. I'm gonna show you the run back just because I don't want you getting lost. Now, the enemies in the courtyard at this point have respawned for me. But no big deal. We should be able to run past them relatively safely. The only one we need to worry about here is, yep, that robo-dog. All right, perfect. And there we go. Now we are back here. That jump, you can always do it once you've already cleared the area, so you don't have to worry about getting back. No big deal. Oh, we actually forgot some scrap here. And now... another couple of jumps that we want to do. You have to be careful fighting in this zone because there are a number of places where the railing is actually missing. So I am going to try and get this arm off quickly. There we go. And you know what? I'm actually, now that I switched out my drone module, not really sure how to proceed. That's going to be a big hit. Alright, that's alright. We can finish that off, get a little bit of health. Here's another security door. We cannot go through there. This jump, not too difficult to make, but also one that you don't necessarily have to do. There we go. You kind of make it automatically. That door doesn't open, but over here, we can just get some scrap. Again, nothing you really need, but something you may want to pick up. But more importantly, and this is going to involve another run back, remember that item we saw earlier that was on top of a box we couldn't get? Well, there it is. So, line yourself up with this beam. Walk very carefully off. Oh, took a little bit more fall damage than I had hoped, but here we get another V2 mechanized counterweight. It's unfortunate because, truth be told, we don't actually need it. Oh, you know what? I should probably heal. You know what? We're just going to make a run for it. Just make a run for it. No need to kill all these enemies again. Get in the elevator where we're safe. So that is a duplicate. If you already got the one mechanized counterweight V2 earlier, don't bother going for that because it is a run that you just don't need to be making. But hey, that's just me. And look, an enemy actually died on the way down. Fortunately, because we're going to be running past the med station, if we desire, we can actually just top off. And I just made a mess of things. Uh-oh. Just get the... Oh, we lost the cut. We lost the ability to get a cut. There we go. Back at the med station, we are totally topped off. We can get right back down there. It is unfortunate that in order to get all the items, you do have to do a couple of run backs, but hey, such is life. Oh, you shouldn't be here. And you actually kind of knew that because you just left. You know what? We're just gonna run. We are just gonna run at this point. Spending far too long in this area as is. But fortunately, we have been getting all the items, so, you know, silver lining. Back in here for the third time. But at this point, there are no more drops that we need to make. So unless we fall off, we shouldn't need to make that run anymore. Right. You're back in the outer sewers. This has some of the cooler and more impressive set pieces, I believe, down here. Especially once we get into some of the labs where they were performing some plant growth experiments. You... Get you down. All right, let's go back to something heavier. All right. And now I'm starting to lose my concentration. Time to get it back. Metavoltaic. So that gentleman's waiting right around the wings. Watch for the other one, this time with a Titan. What do you got for me? Kind of want to try and jump over his one attack. Oh, not that one. Not that one. All right, I'm going to heal. I'm going to try it, though. If I can bait it again. Although, I do have to worry about that drone. Oh, he didn't do the follow-up. You know, let's go take care of that drone, and then we'll be able to practice on him a little bit. Uh-oh. Where am I? All right, here we go. So now, come on, do the spin attack. I'm just curious. There it is. Oh, that's fun. That's less fun, though. More damage than I had been hoping. All right, well, back on our feet. Over here, get a new implant. This is the Aggression Amplifier V2. So not a new implant, just an improved version. This will give us, I believe it's 20% HP back on a finishing move. Yes, 20% health restored on a finishing move. You know, I wonder if those stack. I'll have to practice that. I actually have no idea. If you put on more than one Aggression Amplifier, do you get additional health back on a finishing move? That could be intriguing. So we just got the Rig Capacitor. This, however, is a brand new implant for us. This will give us 20% minimum energy. Stores energy, stopping energy decay below 20% of maximum energy. So once we get our energy up, once the decay kicks in, we actually can't lose more than 80%. We will always keep 20% unless we actually spend it, but it can't decay below that, which is actually a pretty useful mechanic. All right, get in there. Watch it. Get the arm off. Come on. Why don't you come to me? You're kind of stuck in the wall and now you're dead. Okay, that works for me. That's fine. Get some tungsten alloy Mark II. Now we started getting to the grow labs, which I just think is very cool. And if you actually highlight over some of the machines, you can learn just a little bit about the experiments they're performing. Now we have one of these smaller smelter bots. We have a robo-dog in the back, and I believe, yeah, there's also a blaster drone in the back left there. So we're going to try and pull them as best we can. Right, you know what? Right now, this drone module isn't actually doing anything for us, so I'm going to switch back to the infrared blaster so we can at least pull some enemies. And back up, back up. Laser does have a range, so you can get out of it. Go ahead and use that mechanized counterweight. Watch for the charge. That's the dangerous one. And the finish. All right. So we'll actually do some exploring in here once we've killed all the enemies. Preferably, I want to deal with the drone before the robo-dog wakes up. Which shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. All right, robo-dog time. Watch the big sweep. Oh. That didn't do us any good, did it? All right, now we can go for the arm cut. And not sure if that counted the cut. It did. Another ancillary core is ours. Now, a lot to explore, a lot to pick up here. So let's actually go and start taking a look at some of the machines. This is a resolved toxicity test. So they knew that there was some toxicity, but they wanted to know just how bad it would actually be. Toxicity test, volunteer subject. What do they mean by a volunteer subject? It doesn't appear that there's a corpse in there. Just plants. I don't think the plants really volunteered. Interesting. All right. Grab some scrap here. Grab some more scrap behind this crate. Level 80 terminal. Cannot do anything with that just yet, but we do have this level 10. We'll see where that goes in a moment. Go ahead and overcharge. Circuit is bypassed. Now, there was an audio log, so of course I am going to grab that while you just listen in, and that is right here.
I'm getting worried about Ed. Ever since we started to implant team members with neural links, he's lost it. And yes, we checked and rechecked his implant. I'm worried he's having some kind of psychotic break. He's becoming totally divorced from reality. We've been in human testing for over a year. I mean, we're the development team and he's our software solutions lead. But he insists that his thoughts aren't his own, that someone's there with him. Creepy stuff, but nuts, right?
Talking about the neural links that the employees were wearing and how one of the guys, Ed, was starting to hear someone else's thoughts, which was interesting. And you did see another security door. There are a number of them, so you may want to actually start jotting down notes of all the doors you're going to want to go in once we have access. This is actually the same interview that we heard outside. No reason to stop and listen to it, but we do have an enemy kind of hiding in the corner here, so just be careful. Let's switch to the Bloodhound here. Actually, I'm going to pull him with the blaster. Come on. Good hit. Need some stamina, though. Oh, trying to get the cut. Trying to get the cut. Nope. Oh, goodness. You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to use the metavoltaic and just get the kill. I was using the cut option, and unfortunately, it just wasn't registering fast enough. More scrap back there. Can't go through that door. It's really, really smoky in here. If you want to listen to the interview again, you go right ahead. Otherwise, just keep pushing forward. We're actually nearly done with this entire zone. You can see we have the enemy over there just bashing his head, but yep, we have this guy with the butterflies. I should be healing, but I'm more focused on just getting this kill. And, oh, didn't get enough for the metavoltaic. Oh, but we actually did just get a boost of energy. So apparently, there are some benefits to holding a large amount of scrap. The higher your scrap is, the more likely you are to actually get a sudden burst of energy, but also you get a bonus to your stamina regeneration, which is something that I don't know the exact figures on, but it certainly warrants some testing. All right, sneaking up on this gentleman. Big hit there. And another. Couple of hits. Keeping it safe. Oh, watch it. And there's the cut. Perfect. This should also be some Mark II gear, so we can start upgrading armor in a little bit. Eurasian climate zone. Pay attention because it does seem like they were doing a lot of tests in the different climates that we would find throughout the Earth, which is pretty neat. And we do have an enemy back here who still hasn't noticed us. Oh, there he goes. Kind of hard to see in here, though. So we do want to be cautious. Don't want to get left out without any sort of way out. And there's the kill. All right. So here's another vital injection. This is V3, so this is going to heal 160 of our HP upon use. And here you can see we have another one of these drone modules, so we can't do anything with it. Now, watch out right here because, well, I'm not too worried about this guy. It is actually the Robo-Dog over to the left that I'm trying to keep away. So just keep that in mind. You want to hug the right wall when you fight this gentleman. At least as much as you can, at least. Sure, I'll take the cut. Why not? And then switching over to the Volatile Spectre for... Oh, actually, is that a second Robo-Dog? It looked like it. It looked like it. All right. Let's just get the hit and back up. Okay, switching over to the arm now. Oh, he got the hit. But I got the finish, and that might have actually counted as a cut, and it did. Another ancillary core is ours. Quickly switch to Metavoltaic. All right. This is going all right, and like I said, we're actually nearly done with this zone, and next time, we'll be able to explore a lot more in some of the old areas because we're going to have that BOTECS Power Cell available. And yep, there's the other Robo-Dog. He is being a little bit trolly, not using his arm like I had hoped. There we go. There's the kill. There's the arm. Once again, we can always sell all those ancillary cores. And before we actually interact with that terminal, let's go ahead and grab this email.
I know the solution is here. It's under my nose. I can smell it. But where? I failed to notice the long-term effects of Resolve. That's on me. If Gutenberg and Co. hadn't been pushing so hard to start the process, we needed more time to test.
Lockdown deactivated. Reinitiating systems. Attention. Access restrictions for this sector have been revoked. Please return to your designated workplaces.
So Melissa Chavez was actually just talking about how she knew what Resolve was actually doing, and unfortunately Gutenberg and Co. were pushing so much for results that it really didn't matter, and thus all of this horrible toxicity has been unleashed. And now we have a brand new enemy, humanoid, and this time it doesn't seem like they're crazy, just violent. And they do have the flamethrowers. Now, we need to rush out of here as soon as he stops doing that. I'm gonna use the Yosuke butterflies. Actually, you know what? He's using liquidator armor, so it's probably not a good idea. I should probably use something like, yeah, just the bloodhound. But you know what? I have an idea. The idea is not to get hit by that drone if we can. Oh no, the rivet gun. I totally forgot he was still a thing. I may have made a mess of things. All right, let's run past. And that's all right, we're taking some damage. But what I'm thinking is we try out our new drone module. We actually try out the electromagnet. And if we have to heal, we will. Oh. Back up. And after 3 bursts, he does have to refill, so you can always wait it out. But just because he's recharging doesn't actually mean he's safe, because he can, yeah, he can melee and he can kick. So, yeah, there we go. So, biggest hit that we can, and then just back up. And if we have to wait it out, that's exactly what... Oh, he actually kind of caught me there, doing some damage over time. Oh, right, rivet gun. Okay, but that's 2. Yeah, we're going to have to heal. And one more. One more and he'll have to charge. Finish. There we go. All right, we got him. Now, you cannot get their weapons. I hate to break it to you, but you cannot get the flamethrower or the grenade launcher that we're going to see in the next zone. So you can get the cuts if you do want to get some scraps for your armor, but that is about all you're going to be able to do. Back up. And we just are not getting the energy to use our drone. All right, we got the kill. So the reason we actually come back in the courtyard is because now that the security has been lifted, we can now go and look for Melissa Chavez.
I need help. The Creo team has turned up. I managed to escape to my lab. I'm safe right now, but I don't know for how long. I need assistance, please. It doesn't look like they've been sent just to detain me.
Now you see there, I actually just picked up the Biomaster again, but it converted immediately into Mark II tungsten. You actually cannot have duplicates of weapons. So if you pick another one up while you already have one in your possession, it will actually just become some tungsten alloy. All right, I don't like this. I would like him to stay a little bit closer so he can do his arm sweep. And now we just got the attention of another humanoid, so we're gonna have to back up. I heard him charging. Where is he? All right, one of you needs to come to me. I don't really care which at this point. All right, well, if you want to actually be the guinea pig there, I can deal with you, no problem. All right, Robo-Dog, let's try this again. There we go. All right. So we have another door here. Oh, let's go ahead and grab that ancillary core. Didn't actually realize I got the cut. We have another door here that cannot be opened, but we have the conduit clearly leading into the next area. So heading just right up here. Of course, we do have the enemy with the Titan. Knock him down. And get the kill. Now we'll go ahead and store a drone charge. Why not? And now, level 22. If you haven't been leveling, I highly encourage you to start considering it because we are going to start to get some of these medium to high level overcharges that you're going to want to open along the way instead of always backtracking. But that is going to open up this door for us. And inside here, we have the Reclamation Buddy V2. This is going to give us tech scrap gain in the amount of 20 extra %. Now we're starting to get into some values that actually will really make a difference in the long run. Just about at the end, getting closer and closer to our good friend Melissa Chavez. Well, hopefully she's going to be our friend. We will have to wait and see. And see here, lab is over to the left, but run in there. There is a machine here hiding, so just be ready for that. All right, and there we go. Done deal. So we just got the Endurance Enhancer V3. We're now starting to get into the upper tiers as far as implants go, and this is going to aid us in stamina. Descending further down into the supply tunnels, getting ever closer to Melissa Chavez and some more answers into Project Resolve. And now we're in the pump station, and this isn't too terribly bad, but there are going to be 2 Flamethrower gentlemen, and Melissa Chavez is going to lock us in here. So if we don't deal with them, she's not letting us in.
Finally! It's you or them, remember?
Now, the best tip that I have for you, other than wearing the Liquidator armor, is actually go for the legs. Most leg attacks, especially with a heavier weapon with higher impact, is going to actually knock them down pretty frequently. So I'm actually going to switch over to the Bloodhound and see if I can actually just kind of perma-stun them. Well, we need to catch them in between cycles. Oh, watch it. That one wasn't perfect. That was a decent hit, though. And we can use the counterweights for some added damage. Trying to get down to a leg here. Nah, it's not really letting me target it very well. Okay, that was a good hit. He's actually almost dead. So if we can just target him and get the cut quickly. There it is. Get some iframes while we kill him and then just get out of there quickly. And go for a leg. You can see that it's just stunned him. Once again, knocks him down. And yeah, I figured you were actually out of juice. Now the problem is, if you knock them out of refilling, it seems to actually count it as if they did refill it. So as soon as they get up, even if they didn't go down there for long, they will come up with fuel again.
No. That was my work. That was my life. F you. You hear me? Why am I even doing this? They just don't deserve it.
It's just not good enough anymore to have me fired and blacklisted. No. Off with her head. So she can't piss on our parade. Just look at this. Months of work destroyed! This is a nightmare. An utter nightmare. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't even thank you.
Who are you, really?
Dr. Chavez. Once, everyone here knew. My team and I were Project Resolve. I helped create it. Ran the labs. But those days are gone. When the problems with Resolve became apparent, I was quickly sidelined. My former colleague was more than eager to put forward his own proposal and take my position. And all the board cared about was that it was cheaper and faster. Nothing else mattered.
So what was your colleague's proposal?
I've seen the figures, and believe me, you don't want to know. They seem to have no concept of the catastrophic nature of what they're planning to unleash. Resolve wasn't perfect. But Utopia? It's insanity. He's leading us to the precipice of an extinction-level event. All for the sake of money, time, and ego.
So you're telling me Resolve is a lie?
Oh no. Resolve is still going up. At least for the time being. We'd know if it was something else. But they view it as a relic, and they see me the same way. Because I still believe in it. I know I can make it work. That's why we're here. My team and I share that belief.
You know what's going on here, don't you?
My work here is unofficial. I'm no longer part of Creo. The reality is, I don't exist. Whatever happened, it wasn't our doing. I have my theories, but until I have more information, they'll remain my theories. I haven't heard anything from my associates in days. It's anarchy out there. I'm worried that... Look, I know. I owe you already, but I need another favor.
Depends on the favor.
Okay. This chip holds important data. Data that will save Resolve. And humanity. I need to trust you on this. I wouldn't survive 5 minutes out there, let alone make it to the executive forum. You're my only chance to do this. Give it to Bonham or Fox. They're both on the board. It's crucial they get it as soon as possible.
Okay, hand it over and it's done.
Hurry. We're counting on you.
One encrypted data chip, which we will go ahead and give to someone much later. But over here,
You can keep
we
the
get
power core, by the
the
way.
BOTECS
The drone
Power
looks
Core.
like it needs it.
This power core is what's going to allow us to access those drone modules that are above the doors, which we have seen a few of. And now, while we start to head back to the med station, let's listen to this audio log.
Something's wrong with the compound. I know the science is right. Everything checks out perfectly. At least at a theoretical level. Of late, though, I've been experiencing a heaviness on the chest. And occasionally when I exert myself, it takes a minute to regain my breath. The scans aren't showing anything yet, but I'm beginning to wonder if it's due to working directly with these materials.
And here we are, just outside the med station. And that is actually where we are going to call it an episode. Now, we're not leaving the biolabs just yet. There was the one door that we can now open, thanks to our new drone module, and we will do that next time. But that is going to do it for this episode of the Surge walkthrough. I hope you learned something, and if you did, please let me know in the comments below. And if I missed something, or if you have your own tips and tricks to share, which after this episode you very well may, please leave those as well, so I can go ahead and pass on that information. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.